Alright, so this is going to be a review of the TRI Meteor. I've already unboxed this, listened to it for a while, been using them for around a month, and I'm going to give a review on the sound. So let's unbox this thing again. I just repackaged everything. It's a pretty big box for an IM at this price. IM costs around $110. I picked them up for $100. Here are the IMs. As soon as you open the box, you're presented with them. Get the IMs out. And you get a set of tips. I like these tips actually. For stock tips, they're pretty good. I prefer spin fits though, so I did the majority of my testing with these. Okay, let's take these out. Take this out. There we go. So, we are presented with the case and a little accessories box. And got done with the box. So, in the accessories box, we have, let me just open this out, a microfiber cloth and some extra tips. Oh, it's nice to include. I mean, I don't see the necessity of the extra tips, but that's nice. We have this case, which I really like. I like these kind of cases. I prefer the case that comes with the Hexa, but I do like this case. It is more pocketable than most of the cases that come with IMs, from what I've seen. And in the case, you have the cable. So, stock cable, no, I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. It's kind of rubbery, and it kind of sticks to itself. And the weave is kind of loose. I mean, if I show you that, you can see kind of how it's not very tight weave, which it kind of feels like it's going to do this all the time. And so I would recommend replacing the cable personally, but it's not awful. It's not like it's unbearable. It's just not very good, in my opinion. You can get much better cables and with much cheaper IEMs, like the Cadenza cable here, which is the Cadenza's $35, and it's much straighter, much neater, lighter cable, which I prefer. This kind of cable. So, and you see how it just rolls up nicely like that. Yeah, for $35 you get a cable like that. $100 worst cable. So what can I say? So these IMs though, in the looks department, gorgeous in my opinion. Take a look at that. Really beautiful shell. This is a hybrid driver IM, one dynamic, one BA. And yeah, look at that resin. It has a nice sparkly finish to it on the gray. But yeah, so let's talk about sound now. And let's bring in probably their biggest competitor here, which is going to be the Truthear Hexa. I know that there's like a $30 price difference between these two, but I think that a lot of people who are interested in buying the Meteor are also interested in the Hexa. So let's talk about the pros and cons of each of them and go with that. So these IEMs, they have a real dark sound signature in my opinion, but that's not a bad thing. I like to have a variety of sound signatures, and I found these to sound pretty unique. The mid-range is recessed because it is a V-shape IM. There's definitely emphasis on bass and emphasis on treble. And I have to say, I found the treble response on these IMs to be extremely well done. Though it is a dark IM, it kind of like sparkles through that darkness, if that makes any sense. Kind of like has a really nice, really good extension, and it never becomes sibilant. It's like really perfectly extended to not be harsh, but also not be like, you know, underrepresented in the frequency response. For fit, these are on the larger side compared to a lot of IEMs I've tried, but I didn't find them uncomfortable, especially with spin fits. They're fine. So in that front, great, pretty good fit. Not like super comfortable. I think the Hexas are more comfortable, but fit-wise, they're fine. You'll definitely won't have problems. And in terms of now detail retrieval, I think that the treble response detail on this is better than the treble response on the Hexa. I think that the treble response is really amazing for the price. I really liked it. The mid-range is better on the Hexa. As I said, it's quite recessed on the Meteor, but that's fine for the response you're getting. Now, the bass is interesting. The bass is heavily emphasized in a relatively tasteful way, though, in my opinion. I think that it really matches with the nice treble. And this is really good, I found, for rap music. I really enjoyed these on rap tracks. Even though, you know, I'd expected to want a really good mid-range response, I think that this really presented the beat in rap music really well with the, and just overall the signature worked really well with rap and EDM, that kind of stuff. I didn't like how it sounded for pop music. I would not recommend these for pop. That mid-range is a little bit too recessed for that. Same thing with, you know, classical, instrumental. But if you listen to like electronic music, rap music, I think these are really good for that. I think that they outperform the Hexa in that regard. I think that the Hexa is a better all-rounder though. The bass on these things though, I don't think they're very well textured. I think that the bass response is a little bit bloated. Like it's not necessarily bloated. It doesn't have texture. It doesn't have that detail. It's got the quantity, and it's not necessarily poor, but it's not the highest quality bass. But if you're looking for a darker sound signature in this price range, I find these to be pretty good. I think that for $110, you're getting a good sound, got good looks, fits comfortable, and it's different than the Hexa. I can't always say the Hexa's better than everything, which it's definitely a better value in my opinion, the Hexa. But if you're listening to mainly electronic music and rap music, I think that these actually might be better for you. And if you're willing to pay that extra $30, I think it's a great buy. I think I can recommend these. I'm keeping them. I enjoy them for those genres. And yeah, I think it's just a different flavor of sound for the compared to the Hexa. I hope this was helpful, and see you next one.